In section 6.2, which is called the slope-intercept form of linear functions, we are going to write linear equations slope-intercept form, and we are also going to take the equation and we're going to use that equation to graph the line. So first of all, I'm going to talk about what is a linear function, and linear function is a line equation, and there are three forms of linear functions. There is slope-intercept form, which we're going to cover today, and second one is point-slope form, and then the third one is standard form. You should be able to use all three forms with each other. Now, every equations have what's called a parent function. So for the parent linear function, which is the simplest form of the linear equation, is y equals x. And every linear function comes from y equals x. So yeah, I could add 1 to this or multiply by 2. It changes the equation of a line, but it's still a line, and this is it. This is the equation that it derives from. So slope-intercept form of a linear equation is y equals mx plus b, where m stands for slope. Slope is rise over run, which we talked about in 6.1. And b stands for y-intercept. It is where the line crosses the y-axis, and it crosses at this point 0, comma b. And we call that the starting point. So in example number 1, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an equation, and you're going to tell me what is the slope and what is the y-intercept from a given equation. So the equation is y equals 2x minus 3. So if you notice, this is y equals mx plus b. So the slope of this line is 2. And the y-intercept, which is b, is negative 3. So the line has a slope of 2, which is 2 over 1, which is you go up 2 over 1 for the slope, and then it starts at 0, comma, negative 3, being your y-intercept. And then in the second example, for the given slope and the y-intercept, we are going to write an equation. So we're just going to go backwards. Instead of picking out the slope and the y-intercept, I want you to write an equation for the given slope and the y-intercept. So if you notice, the equation is y equals mx plus b. And we're going to take this slope and take this y-intercept and plug it in place of slope and the y-intercept. So the equation will be y equals 2 over 5 x plus 4. And that is the equation in slope-intercept form. Now in example number 3, what we're going to do is we are going to take a graph, and for the given graph we are going to write an equation for this line. So to find the slope from this point to this point, what we're going to do rise over run, and slope is rise over run. And if you notice, it goes down 2, so it's negative 2, and over to the right 3, so it's positive 3. And then if I were to go the other way, I could go from this point to that point, which tells me it's up 2, and then left 3, which makes it a negative 3. And these are still the same slope because it's still exactly the same line, and both represents the negative of 2 over 3. So then the y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, and it crosses right here at 0, 1. So my y-intercept is b equals 1. So the equation of this line would be then y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 1. So now we're going to go backwards. I'm going to give you an equation, y equals 3x minus 2, and we are going to graph this line. So I'm going to take a graph paper, and we're going to draw our x and y axis. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, negative 4. And if you notice, my y-intercept is at negative 2. So we're going to start at 0, negative 2 with that point. And if you notice, our slope is 1 over 3, which is our rise over run. And we're going to go up 1, right 3. Now remember, 1 over 3 can be written as also negative 1 over negative 3, which still makes it a positive 1 over 3. But this one, you go down 1 and then left 3. So we start at the y-intercept of 0, negative 2. So 0, negative 2 is here. From there, we're going to go up 1 over 1, 2, 3. So here's my first point. And I'm going to do the other way. Down 1 over 1, 2, 3 to the left. There's the other point. And together, it makes a line. And I would like the minimum of 3 points to graph a line. And this is the slope-intercept form of a linear function.